Greetings, everyone. This is Master Nigel here again with another interview with another great change angel. Here at Change Angel Activation, we like to introduce the Change Angel community to other change angels and to also introduce you to advanced tools and practices that allows you to manifest your intentions with more speed, fun, grace, and ease. And in today's interview, we have Angel Jerome. And he's an extraordinary change angel, and we're going to find out more about him and his mission here on Earth and how he intends to fulfill it and what he is going to need to get it done. So without further ado, I would like to introduce and welcome Angel Jerome. Jerome, where are you?
Thank you, Nigel. All is well.
Very good. Now I know you're from heaven. So one of the things I'd like to find out is, are you an angel, Troy?
My angel ability and my thought is that I am here to act as a conduit, and I am here to inspire others to understand and learn more, and to be inquisitive as to what their soul's purpose is, and to gather that through materials to better their life and to better the lives of others.
Very good. So what are the gifts and skills and abilities that you have that allows you to fulfill this mission?
One of my strongest would be my insight. I'm quite insightful, able to determine what purpose objects have, to sense their energies, and to allow others to participate in that arena of growth and inspiration. Many of the objects that we have that I provide for individuals are ones that have heartfelt and higher elevations of energies.
Beautiful. That speaks to your vehicle. You have a special, I think you call it a boutique or a sanctuary. It's a beautiful place. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. Omen Garden was born of an inspiration of love and passion. Our main purpose was to gather like-minded individuals, angels, those that are seeking their soul's purpose, and offer tools that will provide them or allow them to expand upon their growth, expand upon their soul's purpose, free them of what this world shows, the illusions that it shows, so directing them in a more refined manner, helping them grow.
Beautiful. So what kind of objects do you have in this boutique sanctuary, beautiful place for angels?
Anything from books, reading material, to crystals and candles and incense and sage, all of the necessary objects that one would help heighten their awareness or heighten their participation, but even objects that might be gift related have a soul's purpose, and my intent is to offer insight to individuals to allow them to realize that everyone is interconnected. As your logo shows, the puzzle pieces, we are all participating on a plane of cooperation, and that is my intent, to get individuals to participate with one another on a genuine level.
Beautiful. And last time you sort of gave me a sort of insight into that, about how when an object is created, it goes through lots of processes. And can you say more about that so that we can get a sort of sense of how they can participate with an object the way you explain it?
I believe that everything has a consciousness. So objects that are bore of love have a divine energy instilled in them that is passed on to the individual that acquires it. I have the honor of participating with it for a brief period while it is in my possession, and I act as the conduit to allow others to participate in it by their purchasing of it and bringing it to their own home or office. So what I think that everyone needs to know is that knowledge is everything in this new era of angelic energy. So the more we know of what we are participating with it, that is our strength, that is our awareness, heightening our awareness, and realizing that every step, nothing is menial, nothing is trivial, everything is calibrated for our highest good.
Beautiful. Now, I think when I was in the boutique, you explained that this way of looking at objects and buying them is different from the normal, traditional, and this has implication for other retail environments. Can you elaborate some more about that part of your work or your
Well, as I
intention?
mentioned, with the knowledge, we are informed souls. So truth is essential in that equation. Corporate America uses many devices to trick and to create an illusion of something that is not. When it is presented in a genuine format, as I am providing in my boutique, that is unveiled, and there is a sense of compassion. There's a sense of ease that is given to the individual upon their connection to that object. So it is almost unexplainable to that person when they're participating with it, but they can sense that that object has a purpose, and it has been created in bore of love.
So just to ground it in sort of reality, can you choose an object like, I don't know, maybe a candle? I remember I picked up some little egg things. Can you kind of use that to illustrate an example of what you're talking about? Just any object that comes to your mind.
Well, for example, the crystals that you're speaking of, all of them being of earth energy, of course, are what would be considered a mundane object, but when one participates with it and reveres it, and it is presented in that loving environment, such as my boutique, it takes on a higher plane, it takes on a higher vibration, and hence the individual that is acquiring it or using it are given the strongest of tools to participate in their highest intentions or their soul's purpose. So they utilize those objects as vehicles to enhance their practice, if that is their intention.
So basically what I'm hearing is that the object, like those crystals, have some sort of inherent vibration,
Yes.
and the people who participated in creating it endued it with their vibration, and when it comes into your boutique environment, it takes on a higher vibration, and when a customer purchases it, that higher vibration also participates with them and activates their highest nature. Is that what you're saying? Or?
Yes, that's correct. As far as what is essential is the knowledge. When you're connecting with the object, you can place two like objects in front of you, but because one has been bore of that love and that intention, that is the activation. Everything has an energy, but when it is activated, it is of the highest frequency and able to be utilized by the recipient to their abilities or within their abilities.
Now, are all the objects in your, I call it a sanctuary. What do you call it? What's the proper name for the home and garden?
Home and garden, yes,
But
yes. So,
yeah, how do you name it? So
well, a home being the earth plane and the heaven plane, actually, Om is, and then the garden is the earth plane, and that is the uniting of heaven and your earth, the connection. So you take as what would one consider a garden object, even a birdhouse. You can feel the frequency of the love that has been born into it by the individual that has created it by hand and produced it with love. It has a unique transparency, and that's what is special about the boutique is that vibrational transparency, and what one is drawn to is their soul's love and the connection with other individuals that produce, the honoring of an individual that produces an object or creates an object.
yes, and I think one time I was talking to you, you mentioned that inherent within us there is a passion that we have for
Yes.
objects, and it's been
Yeah.
lost. Say more about that.
Yeah, I think a lot of our day-to-day difficulties, if you call them that, are born of that frustration that we have that we are not connecting with other individuals on that higher plane. So as Earth Angels, we see that intention, we see that that urgency that is needed, and that's why there are so many right now seeking solace, and they're drawn to the Earth Angels. They're oddly curious as to how this plays out, and it's very, very simple in its presentation, but it does boggle one's mind, or people have a tendency to be confused as to why they are drawn to an object or a person, and it is just that. It is the souls connecting with one another, and I think that when that is broadened, and every person and every intention and every company and every object is born of that, all the other trivial tendencies will fall, and they will become nullified, and we will no longer use them as we call them burdens. We have these burdens that we carry around. They will no longer serve our purpose. We won't speak of them. They will no longer exist. So everything will balance. Everything will be a clear ease.
Yeah, I believe that you're speaking of the impact of your work and what I call the heaven on earth impact.
Yes.
You bring in this knowledge and this activation to people. Do you want to expand more on your vision of what the result would be, the harmony that you speak of?
I think that as we speak more and demand more as individuals on this planet, corporate leaders will be awakened to what their purpose is, and the illusion of what they feel is satiating them at this time is no longer going to serve their purpose. They will understand that they will reach on a longer timeline, and time will expand, and more individuals will come forward and participate in this higher plane as the leaders will and as they can start to serve their purpose and participate. I think that is the goal is one of my my goals. So Om and Garden is one piece of that huge puzzle. But I think that I can reach more individuals and be more expressive through a broader audience of corporate America.
So I think what I'm hearing is that you have, even though Home and Garden is the beginning, the prototype to demonstrate what activation can look like on a small scale, you have a vision of doing this work on a much bigger scale.
Correct.
You want to expand on that?
Yes. As far as consulting others, the corporate leaders need to learn from this model that I have created. That it is an imperative that we speak to those that create, that every object is revered, that every person is revered, that there are no illusions. There is no these commercials and other vehicles that we use to trick and to confuse individuals into thinking that the object is satiating them will no longer. It will almost be laughable that you. And it is somewhat, at this point, there's many commercials out there that people laugh at and think, you've got to be kidding that you think that that's going to entice me. So it is already happening where people are awakening and seeing the truth. So anything, any means of providing truth via, even in our boutique, I have literatures and signs that tell people what the object is about and why it is for their soul's purpose and who they're connecting with. They need to be informed, and it's a two-sided task. We both have to participate.
So you're saying the consumer has to participate and the producers have to participate.
That is correct. That is correct. There needs to be more participation, more transparency of objects so that everyone can be informed and know that everything that they are participating with is for their higher purpose.
So your vision, I understand, is to take this principle and expand it into other retail environments. I mean, you're talking about like Macy's and the big boys. Is that what you're thinking? In terms of, go ahead.
Yeah, the store, like you said, is a model for me. It is an experiment. It has evolved to this plane now that is reaching a broader audience of Earth Angels. But as a tree with its roots can be juxtapositioned or placed or replaced in another environment, so can what I have created, and it can be expanded upon to reach a broader audience. It's extremely simplistic concept, but it does take an awareness, and as soon as one taps into that, they feel this sense of ease, as I explained, this sense of freedom, and they feel completely connected. They don't feel manipulated or tricked, and so I think that's what I want to change with the broader corporate America is the illusions.
Beautiful. Now, I know from my own experience that Home and Garden is an activating environment, and it seems to be like a magnet for angels. What would you recommend for angels out there? Would you what can they expect when they come visit your location?
Well, the physical presence of our boutique has been a beacon for many angels. It is a conference area. It is a connective place. It affords one to participate in this plane of a higher frequency. We have time and time again, I've been told that the frequency that we have developed is a high frequency that will empower one's abilities and empower one's soul's purpose. So there is this immediate sense of relief when one visits to get to their soul's purpose, this awakening and sense of drawing. They're drawn to other angels. So although I speak of my boutique as one of the sanctuaries that one can participate in, it is definitely a new way of looking at the experience of going to a meeting place and conducting oneself with objects and people. So there is many opportunities to unveil yourself, unveil your true sense of self.
Awesome. Now, in very shortly, we're going to have a Change Angel conference, and I would love to have you there because of your unique gifts and abilities. And so if you were to be there, what would you share with us, and what can the other angels expect to learn or to be activated by? Can you give us a heads up?
Well, immediately when one connects on this higher plane, there is a agreement, there is a connection between us. So as you are nodding, there is a sense of nodding, a yes, a truth that is expressed. So when one is speaking directly to one's soul, there is a clear path. So what I can offer to the participants is this freedom, this free expression that would awaken through my words to help them realize that yes, there is a core group of individuals that are trying to lift and elevate this frequency so that it becomes easier and easier for others to participate in it. So as you are, Nigel, creating this forum, it becomes a portal. So those that are participating in it will become the voices, your soul's voices. So although something may not come to your mind at this moment, I act as your voice on the stage and free that expression that is waiting to participate and to elevate all of those that are listening. So that would be the intent of that day. That would be the intent of my speaking, and that would be the participation or what individuals, the other angels, would be acquiring from it.
Awesome, awesome. Now, we're coming near the end of our interview here. Two things. What is your desire? Like, I know that you'd like to expand the awareness of your work and your sanctuary. So what would your request be to all those angels out there? You know, if you had to make some requests that would personally for you and your mission, what would you ask for? Because I know there's an angel out there that can meet any request that we have. So put out your request, your highest and best intention for your heart.
Well, the growth of my business is important for me to participate on a financial level, but all of those that I'm meeting, all of these new angels that I am participating with and have been participating with on these in these last couple of months, and actually it feels like it's been 6 months of very, very strong energy and new participants coming. I'm trying to reach those that are the healers, are the informants, are the Reverend Michaels and Doreen Virtues and Marianne Williamsons of the world. They are doing their mission, but even getting it more concentrated, broadening that spectrum. So as those individuals that we have here gain a broader audience, they can take that and broaden it further and draw in more and more participation. But again, I speak with this in the most sincere way that we are all, or I am acting as a conduit, so my betterment is not only for my own participation, it is for everyone's. So my goal is to see the enrichment of all of those earth angels and their participation in their practices be elevated to a new plane. So Omen Garden is here to grow, to help them grow, to grow in its own sense, but to help every individual grow and to realize their soul's purpose.
Awesome. It's 10:45. Now, I know from personal experience that you have some beautiful high vibration objects in the sanctuary, and I would like to entice the angels to come to your sanctuary immediately. In fact, I'd like to entice them to purchase something immediately. So my invitation to you right now is to put out an offer that they can't refuse so that we can have an avalanche of traffic to your sanctuary or to your website, however you do it. Now, and also I'd like you to give out the address of the current location of Almond Garden so that all angels know all roads lead to Almond Garden. Go ahead, Paul.
Yes. Jerome. Well, as far as my enticement for those individuals, mentioning this broadcast and Nigel's broadcast, we will deem you as an Earth Angel and facilitate a 10% discount on their purchase for any object that they so desire. Since there's such a vast formula or vast array of objects in my store, that would afford them to find their love object or their energy object and participate at a discount for that.
Okay. Also, we need to mention that you have a meeting facility there. You want to say more about that?
The meeting center, as far as the conference room?
Yes, in fact, the one you're in, I believe.
Yes, we have weekly meditations and yoga and other events that take place here that are an ongoing activity to draw in those that want to participate on a higher plane and to allow them to learn more about their soul's purpose. So we have many of those, and that's who I'm speaking of. These are those earth angels that are here to assist in one's growth. So that is the main purpose.
Well, I must say, I have to give a personal testimony that I was invited to a meetup event for an angel gathering, and it happened to be at Almond Garden, and
yes.
That's how I met Jerome, and I met 3 other angels who are on my frequency. So what I'm really saying is that if you want to meet other angels of high vibration and high soul's purpose, then you might want to head over to Almond Garden if Jerome would give us the address.
Yes, we are at 13363 Ventura Boulevard in Sherman Oaks. So we're sandwiched between Coldwater and Woodman off the 101 freeway in the beautiful community of Sherman Oaks.
Okay, you may have to repeat that because I have a lot of interference going on outside the studio here.
Yes.
But it's Sherman Oaks, California, USA. Hold on there.
That is correct. Yeah, so 13363 Ventura Boulevard.
Sherman Oaks, California, United States, because this is going out to the world.
Yes.
What else do we want to say before we go?
Well, if they want information, they can visit the website, which is aumandgarden.com, spelled AUMANDGARDEN.com. So
Beautiful.
there is information about the workshops. There is information about what we and how we participate, as well as our goals and, and how they can grow with us.
So that's homeandgarden.com.
Yes.
So, Jerome, it's been a pleasure. I'm so glad you're here on the planet with us. I
Thank
am
you, Nigel.
looking forward to interacting with you at the conference. I
Yes.
know that whoever comes into your presence will be activated and taken to a higher level. They'll get in touch with their soul's purpose. And also, I know you have many more gifts than you've spoken about, especially in terms of your mission to end the hypnotism, I think you call it,
Yes.
of corporate America, so that we become re-passioned, reactivated when we're engaging with sacred objects, at least.
Yes.
So thank you for being on the planet and for your continued mission. My intention is to send traffic your way so that the angels who have the gifts and ability to support your work will show up in your space, and we can accelerate the establishment or revelation of heaven here on earth.
Yes.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, Nigel.
And we will see you again, maybe in another broadcast where you're going to be updating us on your mission.
I
Okay?
will. Thank
Thank you.
you.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.